Welcome to the night where the games come alive. Hosted by the Garage Gamer, we're here to thrive. With Chris from Jack's Media Grounds giving us the scoop, and Dathan the Professor keeping us in the loop. 8 Night Live, where the passions collide. From video games to movies on this thrilling ride. With Eric the Doc and Talk Boss leading the way. And Travis the physical medium man, shining bright every day. Talking sports and more, we got stories to share. From retro games to the latest, we're always prepared. With laughter and debates, it's a wild fun spree. Late Night Live, the place where you wanna be. 8 Night Live, where the passions collide. From video games to movies on this thrilling ride. With Eric the Doc and Talk Boss leading the way. And Travis the physical medium man, shining bright every day. Stay tuned, don't blink, you won't wanna miss every game, every movie, every sporting twist. Late Night Live, we're here to entertain with the Garage Gamer and the crew bringing the game. 8 Night Live, where the passions collide. From video games to movies on this thrilling ride. With Eric the Doc and Talk Boss leading the way. And Travis the physical medium man, shining bright every day. So join us on this journey as we chat and play. Late Night Live, every night we light the way. With our hosts and friends, the fun never ends. On Late Night Live, where every gamer's dream begins. Welcome to the night.
I don't know about that song, Chris. We might have to change that. Hey, everybody. Late Night Live. This is episode 42. Is that right? I forgot to look. Late Night Live. Thanks for joining. Talking video games, movies, sports, whatever floats the boat. We got Asa Jack's Media Grounds. How you doing,
Hello.
sir?
Good.
Play any video games last week?
I have been playing Paper Mario: 1,000-Year Door.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I picked it up on Switch, as well as Silent Hill 2 Remake, and then Steam Next Fest is going on right now through Monday, so I've been downloading a lot of demos and just playing those. Check them out.
Cool. Awesome. Hey, and everybody, we got a special guest tonight. This is another Chris. Chris is the Chris, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everyone about yourself and what you're into and stuff. Can you hear us? I think he has us on mute. Steps Gaming's here. Dude, I went to Chipotle on my way back from Chicago Wednesday, and I told me I was going to have to wait 20 minutes for white rice. Puck that Chipotle. Oh, my gosh.
This Chipotle, a different one, is out of guacamole, out of chips.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, Chris, can you hear us? I think he's got us on mute. We'll maybe he can come back.
We should just stare him down until he
send him a message in the chat. I don't know. We're just flying by the seat of our pants here.
We're at a loss. We're missing half the crew tonight.
Yeah, Eric's running late, and apparently Travis's mother-in-law just showed up at his house, so it's on their red alert. Let's see. Let's see if I can bring Chris back right now. Chris.
Yeah,
can you hear us?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. There you are. Cool. Chris, why don't you tell everyone about your... Yeah, you sound good.
All right. Sorry about that. What's up, guys?
It's okay. Chris, tell us everyone about yourself. What are you into? Collecting, gaming, whatever. Tell what's going on.
Yeah,
Introduce
absolutely.
yourself.
Well, as you can see, I like toys. Uh, this is my master stuff behind me. I have a huge collection of Transformers to my left. But yes, I love my '80s stuff. You know, that's what I grew up on. Um,
Nice.
and yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm a tattoo artist by trade, so there's that. And yeah, just love all my '80s retro stuff.
Do you collect most of your toys? Do you keep them in the package?
Oh, I have to, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't imagine trying to set these guys up anywhere. They have to hang on the wall.
Right. Yeah, I have a lot of my toys in the package too. It's hard to. I don't have any on the wall. I just keep them in like Rubbermaid boxes up in my attic.
Yeah, I've got lots of those also. It's I don't know. I feel guilty opening them up too. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's people that are think it's like you need to set them free from their plastic prisons, but
Well, they're a little psychotic, so I don't know.
yeah,
See,
exactly.
I never thought that, but I was always when it came to like action figures and toys, I always had to open up because I wanted to play with them. I didn't collect them, so.
Yeah.
Um, However, I did start picking up these ones, and I really like the packaging for them and everything. So
Yeah. See, that's the thing is like they do such a great job nowadays with like the artwork and the presentation of the package. It's like why you can't pull it out of there, man.
yeah, these ones have got Predator 2, Terminator 2, and Assassin's Creed, and then the Ghost Face, and I can't bring myself to open them up because I'm like
Yeah,
the artwork is great, and like you can see the toy in there. You open it up and you can kind of see everything without having to actually open the package. But like
yeah,
the old GI Joes and He-Man and everything, like I wanted to play with those when I had them. So unfortunately, they usually ended up at like Goodwill at some point, and maybe they're missing an arm or a leg or something.
yeah.
So some other kid down the road probably played with them, but yeah, I never kept any of my toys in packages from the 80s. And nowadays I look at some of these collector prices and I'm like, man, if only as a kid I just kept them in the package, I could turn around and sell.
Oh yeah.
Well, did you ever have? I had a toy when I was a kid. It was like a big green dinosaur, and somehow it like when I grew out of it, I passed it on to my sister's son, and then it got passed to like another cousin, and then like another family member, and like the thing has just been moving from family to family in my greater family, and then it eventually came back to me when I had kids, and so it's like back in the family. It's like, whoa, they those like toys that they're from like the 80s, they're meant to last. Like this thing's still going. Like wow. Like I don't know if you guys have any examples like that, but it's kind of funny. That obviously is not in the box still.
Right. Well, that's rad. Did you even know it was still around when it came back to you? Was
No,
it?
I didn't.
Yeah, it must have been a surprise then, huh?
Yeah, pretty crazy. Alicrian says, I'm one of those guys. Toys are to be played with, although I can see the case for playing with a box. Yeah. And it's also, too, like, what do you want to do with it? Are you, like, reselling? Or you just want to have a nice display? And, you know, it, it could be a lot of something that hits you with nostalgic vibes, I think. So.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a little bit about toys tonight. A lot of stuff at New York Comic Con that Dathan's at. So I want to go over some of that. Uh, Video game wise, there's a couple things. Xbox had their partner showcase Not much there, but I think Chris, you mentioned a game earlier in the week. I got pulled video from, and a new pinball was announced from Stern Pinball. Did you guys see that?
Yep.
You guys into pinball?
I love it, but I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
All right, I'll play the video. I better mute it though. Let's see if I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Oh, it's Metallica. Let's see ya.
Yeah, they will sue me. This is a game that they've previously had out, but the remastering. And it's funny because Dathan on Saturday at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, he asked Stern a question about them ever revisiting old titles, and they gave him like a response that was, anything's possible. We could be doing that. And of course, the next title they release is a remastered kind of title, but it looks cool.
Yeah, that it does look rad. And so you're saying that existed already?
Yeah, so it was one of their. I think this was one of their first ones that they did. I don't know the exact history behind it, but the new one is going to have all the insider connected stuff. Keyboard Chris is looking it up, I'm sure. I heard it's got new music tracks that was not on the original version. And some of their updated electronics inside, new lights.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm curious when Next Level's going to get that. Have you been to Next Level Arcade, Chris?
Not yet. That's my next trip up.
Oh, nice. Yeah. They have, it seems like just about everything, so it's so cool.
Yeah, a buddy of mine has the Iron Maiden pinball machine.
Oh, nice.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I played that one. That one's good.
Yeah.
I think Iron Maiden is at one of the places here in town. iWings, Chris. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I'm losing it. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's always cool when they announce a new pinball. Did you get to play X-Men pinball when you were at PRG? Chris?
No. I was just I was game hunting, man.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even make it into the arcade section.
Oh, what's going on?
Friends.
Hey, Rick.
Hello, Chris. Nice to see you.
Oh, hey, there's Travis. Now we got a full crew.
We're doing it.
You scared the mother-in-law off there, Travis?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not on my A game tonight. But yeah, no, she just got here, so I had to say hello, and you know how that is.
Got to be cordial.
Yeah.
Give her the
But
side
here
eye
I
and
am.
walk out of the room.
I do that. I get in trouble for doing that, but not with this one. With the other set, I get in trouble for doing that. Yeah.
I'm liking the backdrop, Chris. Looks good.
Right?
Yeah. You in the Guinness book yet?
I'm working on it, man.
All right.
It's close.
So you guys used to be roommates?
Oh yeah. Back in the theater days when I worked at the cheap theater in Springfield.
Yeah.
Was this when you were going to U of O?
Yeah, in college.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, the Dollar Theater. Good times.
Nice.
I wasn't a projectionist like some of us, but
Hey. You gotta know somebody who knows somebody.
Right.
Also, you didn't want to be up there anyways. Dathan would just yell at you.
Now we're getting the full story.
yeah. Well, yeah. He
Little bits here and there.
he also yelled at you on the floor, but whatever.
I like Steps Gaming is heading to Iron Maiden in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. That's going to be fun. Is that your first time seeing the Maiden?
That's pretty cool, Steps.
I've got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby.
Yeah, I almost went to the one that they just were here in Portland.
They were just
a couple
here,
days
yeah.
ago, yeah. Almost went.
Did you guys? I don't know if you guys saw earlier the announcement from Stern. I'll replay the video here.
Oh, are they doing another Metallica pinball machine? Or
Yeah,
are they doing a home version?
No, they're just remastering the first one.
Huh.
So they're gonna do a pro, a premium, and a limited edition, as far as I know, with all the Insider Connected stuff.
Cool.
I wanted to like this one way more being a fan, but I have to admit, I like the AC/DC table more than the Metallica one.
Mm-hmm.
AC/DC. I think I like AC/DC as a band better than Metallica.
Oh well, we won't go there. But I was just saying, as far as a pinball.
Yeah.
Goes.
Yeah.
Well, that cabinet is gorgeous, though.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it
the
is.
art is good, yeah.
But I will say that the metal ramps, like, I'm not a huge fan of the way the ball clicks and rides the metal ramps, like the feeling of them. I prefer the plastic, like, just the old school. Yeah. I feel like it rides better. It's more predictable in a way, or just smoother. I don't know.
What an ugly thing to say.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it makes sense in a Metallica table, that the ramps are metal. But yeah,
Sure.
this goes all the way back to the T2 machine when they had the metal ramps on that. That I just even back then I was like, I don't know if I like the way these metal ramps feel.
Well, maybe they can customize it when you buy your own machine and just tell them you don't want those ramps. Get them out of there.
Well, if they make the Costco version, right, or whatever it was that we were looking at, then that one will probably be fitted with cheaper materials. So maybe that's where I'll get my my plastic ramps.
Exactly. Did you guys play any video games last week, Eric or Travis?
Yeah. I started playing Tron Identity, which came out last year. Because it was on sale on Steam for like $5, so I picked it up finally. It's been on my wish list for a while. It's basically it's just a interactive novel with kind of a card game essentially attached to it, but it's set up like a detective noir story. It's okay.
What was the name of the game, Eric?
Tron Identity. They just the same studio that made that game released a trailer. I linked it to you guys in the chat. They released a trailer this week about Tron. Something
there was
else.
A new Tron game that
new Tron game. It looks like a one-player version of a lot of the modern kind of beat 'em ups, like the latest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. It looks like a single-player version of something like that.
Tron Catalyst?
Catalyst, yeah. Biffle Games, same studio as Identity. I think they're trying to ride on the Tron 3 trailer teaser that came out about a month ago.
I think that nerd level is a little too high for me.
What is?
Yeah, the nerd level.
You're Tron.
Oh yeah, is that too much?
No, he can keep talking about.
Okay.
He can keep talking about Tron because I did a YouTube short about him talking about Tron and that hit. People love that stuff. I don't know.
I guess it always felt like the fandom for Tron was super small compared to the other stuff that I'm into.
Yeah.
Really? It was a big movie back in the day. I guess you're just talking about the legacy fandom stuff.
No, well, any of it really. I mean, way more people are into Transformers, I mean, how many Tron conventions can you think of? I haven't heard of any.
Well, now you found your calling, Eric.
Yeah, I guess I got to start a Tron con.
Yeah.
You start it in your backyard, and then you scale up, you know.
Get Bruce
No.
Boxleitner to show up. Heck yeah.
I was gonna say
Hands of
Jeff
Dune
Bridges.
is way more popular now than Tron.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's see. Chris, so the Xbox partner showcase was this week. I wanted to play this video. If I mute the video, or yeah, there we go. Can you guys see that?
Mhm.
What is this, Chris?
This is from Bloober Team. So the team that remade Silent Hill, this is their new game. It's a reveal trailer, so there's not really gameplay footage.
Sure.
But I mean, if they can bring over like the gameplay of Silent Hill 2 to they're calling this a psychological horror film or horror game. It could be interesting.
Yeah, Bloober Team is on a roll now that I guess Silent Hill 2 remake is a hit, right? So
It is. I didn't realize there was so much controversy, like so much hate towards that game studio, to be honest, until Silent Hill 2 got popular, and then I read people talking about how they hate Bloober.
Yeah.
maybe
I think it's their progressively with their games. If you go back and play some of their earlier stuff, like Layers of Fear, The Medium, Blair Witch, the gameplay itself has been problematic. Like the games are really interesting, but they just hasn't clicked before. And so I think with Silent Hill 2, like they finally figured out like the gameplay mechanics and everything that work.
I tried playing Layers of Fear probably 8 times because I had the VR version of that, and then I tried playing it on desktop as well, and I just never could get into it. But
Yeah.
I did play the Medium all the way through, and I thought it was like it wasn't very remarkable, I guess, but it wasn't bad. The gameplay to me wasn't bad that I can think of. It's just that aside from some of the strange narrative choices that they took in that game, some uncomfortable, and I think it was just because it was lost in translation, perhaps, with whoever wrote the dialogue and the story to kind of me being an American.
No, I would
think
agree
that-
with you.
Yeah.
I beat the Medium too, and I didn't think it was that.
But are you remembering though, like there was a part in that game that the story wise made me feel uncomfortable, and
Was it about her being like a mother and
no,
that kind of
I
stuff?
kind of don't want to go into it because I just don't.
Yeah.
But I felt that it was probably because isn't that studio located in like Czech Republic or somewhere like
Right.
more East Europe or whatnot?
Poland. It's always Poland.
Poland. They might be
Poland.
in Poland. Yeah, and so I felt like maybe since it was kind of a sensitive, it had to do with abuse. I thought that maybe there was some like the translation to the English language and to our emotions versus emotions in other cultures maybe didn't get translated right. So I kind of gave it a pass on that. But at the same time, I was like, this is getting kind of uncomfortable here. It almost felt like it was sympathizing with the abuser.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is kind of uncomfortable, and I'm not sure I like it. And then luckily it kind of just stopped, and then I was like, okay, I can keep just playing the game, and I'll just move past that. But
Right.
yeah, I felt, and then also I remembered that it was probably some Eastern, you know what I mean, some English as a secondary language studio making an English game, you know, that sort of a thing. And sometimes those nuances can get lost. So that's all I remember from that. I don't remember
Yeah.
it being a bad game though. I remember being like entertained enough to beat it, you know.
But back to the Xbox showcase, that looked interesting, Chris. But anything else? Like nothing really, I thought was that interesting overall.
Well, I mean, they had a couple other ones that I was like, these could be interesting, like the Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yeah,
Mouse PI for hire.
we covered
I-
that. We covered that a
I-
couple weeks ago.
But the thing that kind of made me laugh was just seeing people online going, "These are all games coming to the PlayStation 5," and it's like, it's Xbox partner preview. It's
Mhm.
not Xbox exclusive games. So it was like, unlike Sony, who's like our state of play, and then they show off all the third party titles that are going to every console, and then they end their videos with coming to PlayStation 5, and that's it. Every one of these videos ended with, "Oh, this is going to be on the PlayStation 5, it's going to be on Xbox, it's going to be on Switch, it's going to be on PC." So it's not like Microsoft was like, "Oh yes, these are all exclusive to the Xbox system only." I mean, the title of the show is Partner Preview, and people are just online like, "I don't understand why they did this, because they're all coming to PlayStation 5." And it's like, because they're showing off games that they're partners. They're wanting people to get excited to be like, "Hey, I want to play that game on the Xbox system."
Xbox has no games.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard that? No,
They
it's
don't.
true. Like, there is a narrative like they don't have anything, but they put out like new games every week. There's like a lot of it's garbage, and I don't want to try it. I don't know what you guys think, but I've been enjoying Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Galaga Guy 88. I don't know how far you are. Galaga Guy 88. He's in the chat. He's in Chicago for Portland, or not Portland. He's there for Pinball Expo.
Oh, cool.
So pretty cool. And Chris, your screen went black, but we assume you're still there.
We lost him to the void.
It gets one of us every once in a while.
He's got the iPad. I think he's having the same problem Stathan was having. That's interesting. It does that.
Well, and I'm on a MacBook Pro. I wonder if the time that the void got me, if it's a Mac OS sort of thing.
Hopefully he's still there. Oh, he says no. You guys sound weird.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
try
sign
dropping
back
and
on
rejoining.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if that's all, if we just sound weird, that I consider that a win.
You always sound weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So Dathan is in New York, so he took a little bit of video for us. I know you guys were talking about your Master Sword on the text line. Like, is this appropriate? Why are you guys talking about showing each other your Master Swords? We're like, oh, okay, this is some video Dathan was showing. But apparently, Chris, you already own a Master Sword. And there's Chris. Can you hear us, Chris?
No,
Oh.
back into the void he goes.
He's in the underneath.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's a much nicer looking one.
It looks-
the one I picked up at a Comic Con a few years back.
Yeah, the scabbard looks particularly embellished on this one.
So these aren't official Nintendo things, are they?
Yeah, this one is.
Oh, they are. It is.
Right?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it is.
Is it not? Oh.
Can we not read that? What's on that black plaque?
I don't know. You got to pause it right when he gets
Proplica.
close for a second.
Oh, okay. I thought this was from the because he went to the Nintendo store in.
He did go to the Nintendo store,
New
but
York.
this
I
is
thought
not
that
at
was
this
there,
is
yeah.
not at the
Yeah.
Nintendo store.
I see.
But does
Proplica.
Nintendo is Nintendo pretty cool with like people making knockoff? You're not knockoff, but toys and figures and stuff from their universe without like explicit permission, or do
They're
they just kinda
probably
let it go?
not, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not
I
a
guess.
digital domain, and
I mean, it's a. I think it's a weird one because there's a ton of like Nintendo plushies and things that are put out by
Yeah.
like other people that aren't
Mhm.
officially license.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think as long as it's not something that Nintendo's involved in, it's almost like they just don't care.
See,
for the
that's a
most part.
smart way to be, though, I think. I mean,
Whi-
because
Which is,
all it's doing is advertising back to what you've got, right?
yeah. Well, and it's probably an area that they just don't want to focus on at the time.
Yeah.
Because apparently right now they really love to focus on emulators. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that was the other thing this week too. I don't have video of it, but someone went to the Nintendo museum in Tokyo and unplugged one of their controllers from one of their retro stations that they had set up playing Super Nintendo, and they figured out that they're actually running Super Nintendo on a Windows computer.
Yeah, it made the Windows USB disconnect sound.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
We just
Man,
lost Travis.
the void is just really taking us out one by one. Oh, there you are, Eric.
I'm back.
Chris, you there?
And guess what?
Chris, can you hear us? No, he's not there.
Still stuck in the underneath.
Technical difficulties.
He
But,
must have
yeah.
bet. He must have bet against the Ducks tonight or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. What is that game at now? 52-0?
It ended at 35-0.
Okay.
It's their first shutout since 1992 on the road.
And they played Mercy though at the end. Huh?
And do you know who the team they beat the last shutout was? Oregon State.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I was gonna say, but that's too low hanging fruit on a guess, you know.
Anyway, yeah.
I was almost gonna say, maybe we get lucky and Georgia would beat Texas tomorrow, and then you'd get Oregon at 1. But then I just saw that most of Georgia's starting players are staying home.
I don't know who I
is
want
that
to win that
right?
game. Yeah. Georgia's playing Texas, I thought.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they are.
Yeah, so.
Why don't you know who you want to win?
Because who would you rather have Oregon play? I don't know. Texas,
Well,
they're both pretty good.
I wouldn't worry about that yet, but I would think that a number one seeding would be just something to have.
It would be cool.
Hang your hat on that, you know. Like I'd take that.
Yeah, especially with Oregon State being number 1.
Furthermore, I think that if Dan Lanning was on our podcast,
No.
he would have problems with you asking such a question as that, as to which you'd rather play. I think he would say, "We'll play whoever's up next, and we're fixing to beat them."
You're top of your helmet.
That's right.
Every moment.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway, somehow we got talking about football.
Yeah.
We were talking about Nintendo. Back to Nintendo emulating stuff. It's such a hypocritical thing that they go after people with emulators when them themselves are using the same thing. They found that is the most emulating Super Nintendo on a PC is the easier solution for them than doing their own. Nintendo has their own emulators. I mean, that's how they get stuff to work on Switch. So,
right.
But no, they're not going to use that. They're going to use.
And the Switch platform is just a branch of Linux, isn't it? That they started back with the Wii U or maybe the Wii, but so yeah, you'd think they'd be able to spin up a machine that could run their emulator on a Linux box or something, but nope, they're using a Windows PC to do it.
Yeah,
that is kind of silly.
Well, and I also wondered with some of those emulators if they were trying to make money off of them, and that's why Nintendo went after them. Because I've never downloaded any of those emulators that they went after, so I don't know if they were charging people to download them. Because that's usually why these companies go after emulators or reproducers of any kind, is if they're making money off of somebody else's work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if they're putting them up for free, it really is hypocritical of Nintendo to go after them when they're emulating stuff themselves, but I just don't know enough information as far as that goes.
What needs to happen is someone needs to take them to court for real, but it's a two-edged sword, because if the little guy takes them to court and wins, that'd be huge. Like, now the floodgates would open. But if the little guy takes Nintendo to court and they lose, which is probably the more likely scenario, then Nintendo basically can dictate everything that they want from now on. They have precedence.
Well,
So
that's the thing with most of those emulations is they've taken them to court and they've won, so there's precedent there for them to.
Nintendo has won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The one that's going to be interesting to see is the lawsuit between Nintendo and Power World developers.
Oh,
yes. Is if the Pokemon company and them, because I originally thought it was for copying like the characters and everything, but the actual lawsuit is over the patent for throwing a ball to catch something. So it's like, well, there's other games out there that utilize throwing items to catch things. So who else are you going to go after? And at what point are they going to look at it and go, well,
it all depends on what a judge is gonna see and agree to. So that's the angle they want to go with. We'll see what happens. There's a Leakrian. Oh, were they using emulation? No hypocrisy if that's the case. If they were using emulators that went after before, Nintendo protects its IP, which is their right. Yeah, but all we're saying is that it's their right, but it's kind of funny that they're using emulation on a Windows PC.
Not their own emulators that they have for their platform.
They have their own emulators.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're suing the PC emulators.
And they also go after YouTubers if you put up a video showcasing emulation on your YouTube channel. They will strike you down. Anyway, fun stuff. Maybe we'll see. Usually, we're pretty happy with Nintendo. We want them to put out their Switch 2 already.
Yeah.
Chris is not back. No, he's not back. But a lot of stuff. Let's see. Oh, I got this video from Dathan 2. Read that.
Oh, cool.
I made a YouTube short about it too today. Hopefully Dathan doesn't mind. But this is the Lego X-Men Mansion. And I kind of said earlier that it's a little underwhelming. Like, it looks kind of small to me. And I like the minifigs.
Sure. The Sentinel's cool.
Well, the Sentinel, he just looks small. The whole building looks small to me. I mean, maybe that's good if you're low on space, but I mean, even the minifigures compared to that scale of house, it looks small. I feel like the mansion should be bigger.
Yeah, but the mansion's not really the focus, man.
It's not? Because that's what it's called. It's called the X-Men Mansion.
Yeah, but it's about the X-Men, not the mansion.
I don't know. I kind of was thinking it should be about the mansion. Look at the guy.
Leakerian wants to pick a fight. How do you think those emulators are developed? If they were using their own, not a problem. It doesn't matter what OS they are running on. Okay.
What an ugly thing to say.
I'd seen someone mock this up as the Back to the Future clock tower.
I saw that too.
So,
yeah,
that actually looks cool.
It does, yeah.
But even then, I think the clock tower needs to be bigger. It just looks small to me, you guys. Am I going crazy? Like,
maybe also be the perspective of the camera and everything. That's
I
making it
think
look
Dathan was thinking the same thing too. It looks small.
Well,
And
okay.
we'll get it.
Let me side with you for a second and say if there's no danger room in there, like if you can't open it up and see a danger room, then that would be a miss.
Right. I did see there is a gift with purchase that you can get a little Cerebro. But even that, I don't have a picture of that, but it looked kind of just like half-assed, put together at the last second. Like it doesn't look that interesting.
Does
But
complexity of how long it would take to put something like this together after you purchase it play into whether it's cool or not? Like, is it just me, or does it look like this would be a super quick thing to put together and build out?
Yeah, it looks
yeah,
easy.
yeah, I like easy builds.
Oh, you do?
Uh,
Okay, okay.
yeah, I don't have a problem with that. You want a build that's fun. That's part of it. I built the Lego Technic Ferrari last year, and I
Mm-hmm.
hated it because
Okay.
I messed up a couple times, and
Yeah.
and that's when I was like dealing with the gearbox, and like if you
You got
mess
to
up,
undo a bunch of stuff.
oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And sometimes the instructions, if the instructions aren't like clear on what exactly you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
then doing reworking and going backwards is just a pain.
Because I
So
mean, it looks to me like this is just a bunch of panels, like pre-built panels, right? Like little plastic panels that you just stack up.
yeah, it looks like they just got brown bricks, and I don't see we don't know what
They're
the
not even
inside is.
bricks, right? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So maybe there's a lot then the inside that okay. Because
I'm
yeah.
assuming it's modular, so you can open up the top, and
Oh,
uh,
and there's stuff inside
there's
to
a
look
first
at.
floor, there's a second floor, and
Okay.
I don't know if there's a extra third mini floor there. But this is $330, $320. For me, it's a no buy right now.
How much?
Till I
$320.
$330.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's pretty
Not worth it,
steep.
right?
That's pretty steep.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if the value proposition's there for me.
yeah,
Chris says it keeps crashing on him when he tries to join. So I'm not
yeah.
sure
He
he'll
sent
be
me
able to
that
get back
text.
on.
Chris, we're really sorry. We'll figure more stuff out in the future with you, buddy.
it's because he's running Apple. Restream is obviously a Windows operating system only. You know,
Alicrian told me it shouldn't matter what OS it's on.
Well, but he didn't develop it,
Right.
so it does matter. So Alicrian is right.
Yeah, I mean, if the bricks for this are kind of like the 2x4s or whatever, I'd be fine because I got that Minecraft crafting box that was all like single pieces, and that thing was a pain in the ass to build.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're bigger bricks, I'm fine with it. But once you get into the smaller stuff, that's where I start to like lose it with Lego because of my sausage fingers. I'm just like, oh, God.
my speaking of the small pieces, my friend and his daughter, who's young, 5 or 6, they built the Star Wars Dagobah diorama with
Oh yeah, yeah.
with the one with the X-wing kind of submerged in the swamp there.
Yeah, yeah.
And apparently the swamp itself was a bunch of tile pieces, like the small 1x1 tile pieces on top of tile pieces. And so it was several layers of just tile pieces that they had to, build up. And he wasn't doing it himself. He was kind of showing his daughter where to put the pieces, and she was pretty young, so it took him like a year to do it. But yeah, it didn't sound like a fun project when things are that small and fiddly.
Yeah.
See, I wondered though if that wasn't the attraction to it, because I'm not a Lego guy. So I just thought maybe that's like when you go to somebody's house and they have like a jigsaw puzzle, like a 1,000-piece jigsaw
Sure.
puzzle, and it's just in disarray for like a year until they finally put it together, right? I thought maybe that was the fun in like such an expensive Lego set.
I mean, I think it is for some people.
Yeah.
The Technic people in particular, like Ryan was saying, Technic is more fiddly and the instructions are harder to follow, and there's more pieces, and there's more different kinds of pieces. And I was never a big Technic guy though, so.
Growing up, I didn't even realize that they had instructions telling you how to make what was on the box. I thought you were just supposed to figure it out.
Right.
That was partly, I think, why I never jumped into it, like as a hobby at all. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna figure that out.
Those were the Chinese knockoff versions.
Oh, is that
No,
right? They
no
just got
instructions.
Ouch.
You know, you pick up Lego, and the instructions are pretty straightforward, but there is something. I will say there's something to building the Legos that I find kind of relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Until I hit a point where it's like, where was this piece supposed to go? Shit, I gotta
And
go
it's like
back now.
buried all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
Well-
but it's just a relaxing kind of thing to do at times until
You're doing a bag of Legos and you get to the end and you've got like one or two big pieces. Like sometimes you'll have like the little small ones and like, oh, okay, those are like the spare extra ones they'll throw in there. But no, you got like a big one. Like, oh God, this is supposed to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I messed
Now-
up.
Now, in that movie, the Lego movie, where they're joking about the crazy glue, I guess they're not really joking. But like, if somebody does put their piece together like as a set piece that is never going to come apart, they've got to really read the instructions twice and cut once, right? Like, otherwise you're hosed.
Right.
You've glued the pieces together. Cannot be undone.
Well,
How
actually,
popular is that in that hobby though to do, like to actually glue the set together?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
until
I actually saw a video of a guy talking about like gluing his sets together.
Mhm.
And the problem with it is like if you get your fingerprint on the glue, like you use too much glue.
Oh, you're toast. Yeah.
And then he's like, I had to go back, and like the first time I ever did this, I had to chisel off the glue
Oh,
It's too much
Oh.
work.
because of the fingerprint. It like screws up, and I'm just like, just put the Legos together. You don't have to glue it.
They stay together fine. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
You don't need the
They're
glue.
pretty solid, right?
yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Might have been together for years and they're still holding up. So
Yeah.
Moving on to more toys.
Mhm.
So we talked about X-Men being $330. So I want to give you guys a feel off this because I was kind of thinking I might want to get this, but talk me off the ledge on this. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to mute the audio. Oh, I did.
You can't afford a city. Who are you kidding?
So obviously, I think Dathan was just there the other day at Hook and Ladder in New York City, but this is Hasbro's shorter presentation. Here we go. They are doing a full 6-inch scale Ecto 1 for their plasma series.
Well,
And-
it's right there. Product does not move by itself. I wouldn't buy it.
No.
Where does it say that?
Down at the bottom, digital render, final product will vary. Product does not move.
Oh, it
by
is a
itself.
digital render. You're right.
So, sorry, that right there is a no buy for me if it doesn't move by itself.
But my son is really into Ghostbusters, and then they're doing you can also the original Ecto one with all those things was $325.
Mm.
With all this stuff, with Ghostbusters 2, you get 4 figures along with Slimer and the Library Ghost. This is $400.
You should be so mad at everything Ghostbusters because of the reboot that they threw upon everybody that you should just be on strike
Mhm.
and just not buy anything Ghostbusters related. Period.
Mhm. Mhm.
The girl Ghostbusters. Is that what
the
we're talking
reboot.
about?
The reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2016 one.
We-
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind
I
of
mean,
forgot
Paul
about that
Reiser.
one.
Paul Reiser was in it, and I thought he was okay, like as a person, but no longer anymore.
It was bad, but
It was bad.
Well, I didn't know the movie's awful. I'm just talking about he's no more. If Paul Reiser's in your film, I'm not watching it. That's it.
Paul Reiser, Aliens. Paul Reiser.
Aliens, Paul Reiser, right? He was in Ghostbusters.
You're right. He was.
Mm-hmm. See, now look at it. Now you even forgot that. That's
I
on
did.
you. No, so you should be like me. And anything now that Paul Reiser touches,
Yeah. Did he have
you are
gray hair in that
boycotting.
movie?
In the Ghostbusters?
Yeah. He's like
I
older.
don't. He was old enough to know better.
You're talking about the 2016 one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Female, yeah.
Yeah. No, we watched that. You watched that once, and it's like
You know the one thing that I thought was interesting with that one, I was like the story wise, I was like, this is kind of interesting. And if they'd gone with like a straight serious like horror with it direction instead of making an action comedy, I think it could have been a decent movie. But it failed all the way around as like an action comedy. Like the jokes never landed.
They didn't land. Yeah.
And then how do you beat the ghost at the end? You shoot it in the dick. You know what the hell's that about?
Mm-hmm.
Like that movie just
empowering the women, man.
It made no sense to me. But story wise, I was like, this is kind of an interesting story. I could see this working if it had been like a straight horror drama instead of an action comedy. But you know, it is what it is.
The only person who gets a pass for being in that movie is Kristen Wiig.
Why?
Only because she's built enough to get one mistake.
What an ugly thing to say.
No, that's
Okay.
true though. You get one mistake. You were basically, it was like you and Will Ferrell carrying SNL for all those years.
Yeah, that's true.
So okay, I'll let you make one mistake. That's all you get.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the Ghostbusters toy. Like I'm considering getting it. It's on Kickstarter at Hasbro Pulse right now if anyone's interested. So I'm considering getting it.
Yeah,
We'll
but
see.
it's very expensive, and you're getting it
very,
for your son to play with.
and me.
Sure.
Let's be honest. So yeah,
Are you gonna actually let him play with a $400 toy like that?
yeah,
Like,
that's hard. Right.
I mean, if that's cool if you want to do that for him, but I would, if you're gonna like put it behind a glass case and say, here's this awesome toy that you can't play with, then maybe don't.
You know, the other thing that happened, and we got a super chat.
Wow, we have the song. Okay, there it is. Definitely commissioned a real artist to make it.
Thank you, Gallagher guy. You didn't have to do that. Have we done the doc and talk? Or I thought we were doing it right now.
I thought we were going to let it die, but we're not letting it die.
I was trying to think, was there a good soundbite to do you guys talking about doc and talk, but I couldn't find one last week.
Mm-hmm.
A real good one. But thank you, Gallagher guy. You didn't have to do that. All right, now what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I bought the GI Joe Sky Striker. Was that a couple years ago from them?
Yeah.
And it's like 200 something. It's still in the box in my attic.
Really cool toy then. Cool toy now. I mean that by then I mean in the 80s.
Yeah. So yeah, I probably just need to save my money.
Yeah, I mean yeah.
Okay, and then there's this. So they just announced this.
Advancements in technology.
Did you guys see this? Gallagher guy. This needs to be a segment on the show. Doc and Talk with Eric. Oh, there we go. Gallagher guy, are you going to get the? This is Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, and he's completely moving on his own. It's by the same company, Roboson. The Transformers ones that Dathan Dathan doesn't take out of the box. He'll
Are
buy
you
them.
sure
And
that it doesn't have a little small print that says "doesn't move on its own"?
well, yeah, this is probably all computer generated
Digital
too.
render only. Yeah.
Yeah, digital
Exactly.
render only. Doesn't move on its own.
The threat of invasion from the evil Emperor's sworn enemy of the Galactic Alliance.
And you can control him with a mobile application.
Hey.
Tap the built-in actions. Let's unlock more possibilities.
I can't wait for someone to mod it and change all the
This
voices.
robot is user
Oh
customizable.
God.
Equipped
Oh,
with
actually,
both
look at
live
that.
and web-based
Got it right there,
programming.
manual programming.
RoboSend provides various levels of gameplay, so you can easily get started with programming. Just open the app, move butts with your hands to start
You're
programming.
gonna have it do like
And
weird
select the original
gyrations
movie
and
audio.
stuff.
It is that easy to recreate classic scenes from your favorite movie.
Yeah, I've seen Small Soldiers too many times.
You can also log on to RoboSend Studio, the all-new web-based workshop. Here you'll find more variety of
Yeah,
actions
you
and audio,
wake up and
which enable
there's
you
a
to
knife
dive
next
deeper
to
into
it.
a more robust
Oh yeah,
programming
this
and
is
it's in the
how the
hallway.
AI comes and kills us
Uh-huh.
in the middle of the night.
First time ever,
Yep.
RoboSend introduces ultra micro servo motors made
But
from
look at this
precision
thing.
timepiece grade metals.
Wait a minute, hold on. This is no time to be hysterical.
Integrated with 23 high-precision intelligent servo motors, RoboSend's Buzz Lightyear continues on the legacy.
It's got
of
like
premium
a
technology
Intel
the company is famously known
i7
for.
in there.
With 75 intelligent microchips and over 3,000 components throughout its body, it is no toy. It is a walking, talking computer like never seen before. From every meticulously designed
As it
artificial
murders
joints
you in your
to the
sleep.
entire
Can't
realistic
lift more than
animated
7.
world,
Yeah,
we've
I'll,
dedicated ourselves to every
it
detail.
definitely
It's
can.
no
huh?
toy.
It-
It's no toy.
You say the arcade
Galaga
one up,
guy
the
takes
arcade
less than-
one up gotcha machine or whatever can't lift more than 7
More than
ounces.
Claw
So I'm
machine,
sure this
yeah.
Say
can.
that classic line out loud.
How much is it? I
And beyond.
think I saw it $750, $760.
Wow.
Get this Buzz Lightyear
Wow, the
right
smoke
from
effect
RoboSend.
is not an
Bring the
actual
most
toy
engaging
function.
Toy Story
Oh yeah, hey.
experience to your home.
We
Well,
gotta
then all
put
the
that
movement
in.
was legit. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could strap some fireworks on there though.
So Dathan said he does not want to buy this. He says says there's more
Yep.
Transformers stuff that's coming
Yeah.
that he's more into.
Well, Galaga guy, if it can't lift more than 7 ounces, and that means that it can't get a knife to you, I think it takes less than
True.
7
Oh.
ounces of cyanide to put in your bedside water to off you. So
Mm-hmm.
it still has its treacherous ways.
Travis is like, you've already thought this through.
I've seen all the Child's Play and Puppet Master,
Oh, Puppet Master.
all of them.
Yeah.
Even
I'm
retro
kind of
Puppet
surprised
Master.
they haven't
What a
done a
mistake that was.
Terminator.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
it seems weird to me. I mean,
Or Chucky.
Well, right. I was gonna say, like, with all of these like horror doll things, it seems like these would have been like, especially for an older audience, right? Like that if you're targeting a $700 sort of toy, I guess it makes sense that it's Disney, because Disney fans will spend money too. Obviously,
Good
it's
point.
Disney.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it almost seems to me like the lower hanging fruit would have been more like a horror based, fully moving, toy sort of thing. So next year probably, right? When this sells to the 5 people it's going to sell to.
Well, and I wonder if the licensing for like a horror movie is way cheaper than
Probably,
Disney.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like Megan, you can
Yeah,
do
that's what I was
Megan
thinking of.
robot.
Oh yeah. Well, except I mean, in that movie she was full size, right? So that would be harder. But I mean, still though, people may be like, yeah, this is cool.
I'd buy a full size Megan. I'm okay with that.
So stupid. I hate this one.
Hey, you guys wanted the dock and talk section. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was the peer pressure, a-hole.
It's like he's here with us in the room.
Right?
In spirit.
Yeah. All right. But all right, moving on. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Imagine this is a Chucky
Yeah.
doll. That'd be freaky.
Or one of the little Puppet Master, because that series of those really bad movies has a cult following.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like they
actually,
still
you know what they
sell
could
quite
do?
the hot topics.
They could do a Baby Yoda, and
Oh, yeah.
they
Oh
could do
yeah.
they could do a Gremlin one.
Well, and
What's
Disney
kind of
has the
small?
Star Wars stuff, so you could do the Star Wars and the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, right?
I
With
mean,
Oh
the
yeah,
Groot
they
even
could do
guy.
Groot.
Galaga guy brought it up. Small Soldiers. I mean, that was a
Who
movie
owns
about.
Small Soldiers though? Is that
Uh,
wasn't a Disney thing, was it?
Pixar, wasn't it?
Was it?
Pixar,
I don't think it
yeah.
was. Was it? Was it?
No, I
Keyboard
don't think.
Chris.
Yeah, I don't think it was Pixar.
Wasn't it?
I don't think it was good enough to be Pixar, was it?
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
Let's see.
Like by and large, every Pixar movie that I've seen has actually been good.
Been solid, yeah.
Actually, not even by and large, just as a matter of fact, every Pixar movie I've seen has been good.
Mm-hmm.
Keyboard
Including
Chris.
It was
We'll find some
DreamWorks.
bad ones.
Yeah,
It was
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
No, you guys can
DreamWorks.
probably find the bad ones. I haven't
DreamWorks,
seen a bad
Universal,
one yet.
Amblin Entertainment.
Yeah, see, DreamWorks puts out crap.
I would say lately, the DreamWorks movies have been better than Pixar. With
I saw the new Inside Out. That was good.
Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. If you hadn't watched that one,
I have not. Is that's though? But that's actually like funny to adults, right? Is the idea for those?
well, that one actually, it was better than it had any right to be.
Okay.
And it kind of dealt with the fact that he's on his last life as the cat. So of course the villain of the movie is death, and he's having to deal with getting over anxiety, and he can't do what he used to do and everything. So yes, Shrek is DreamWorks.
Yeah, Shrek is DreamWorks. Okay.
So it's DreamWorks, I think, has had a few good ones lately. And Inside Out 2 was pretty decent. So I think Pixar's probably worst movie in general is probably Cars 3, Cars 2, Cars. I didn't care for those ones. But it's
I just want to keep hearing you talk out of your ass about DreamWorks.
I like it. See, Out 2, Inside Out 2, I said was good. I thought it was good, yeah. But I'll have to see Puss in Boots, and I guess the Wild Robot. Okay, so I just wrote all that stuff off, but maybe I owe it to myself to give him a watch.
I haven't even heard about the Wild Robot.
Me neither.
No idea.
Well, the thing I'd seen yesterday in the news was like kids under 18 were buying tickets to the Wild Robot and then sneaking into Terrifier 3 or Terrifier 3. And so they're like finding all these underage kids in this horror movie, and they're just like, hey, you can't be in here.
Oh yeah, my son was talking about Alikarin says Wild Robot. Like my son starts talking about Wild Robot. It's like, I don't even know what the heck you're talking about. What are you talking about, Wild Robot? That's like a new phenomenon for me, for like my kids bringing up stuff out in movie land or whatever, and like I'm just hearing about it firsthand from you. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, I haven't seen any of those. Yeah.
Well, that's our homework then. Watch all 3, and then we can report back. 10 years too late, right? There's going to be a YouTube audience for that.
I did buy Alien Romulus digital. And
is it out? Is it out now for stream?
Yeah, it was
sweet.
It was $30, but I did it.
And why?
It's so good.
Yeah, but you can wait and get it cheaper. Like,
well, yeah, it's probably coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah, I've noticed that within the last couple of months, a lot of these movies, once they leave theater and come out on streaming, they're now $30 instead of $20.
Yeah, for the first month or so, right? And then they drop price after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I still have a ways before I can just rent it and watch it then.
Because I did see they dropped the new Hellboy movie on digital.
I'm just waiting to see when are they going to drop the price of Wolverine and Deadpool, because that's $30 too. I don't want to pay $30 for that yet. I know you did.
I bought that one.
Yeah, so yeah, give him crap. But no, I think there's a strategy to it.
I think to Eric's point though, because Eric said why in a very, a condescending way. If we think about it though, that does mean that since it's only a digital purchase, in order for you to see a return on investment, you need to watch that like about 28 times, 25 times. Because that's what it would cost you to rent it each time, right?
Oh yeah. No, that's the same thing. It's why I bought that last Minion movie that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it's called, but we watched
Me or whatever.
Yeah, Despicable Me 4. We've watched it like 30 times here in the house. Like,
okay, so you
got
do
our money's
watch
worth.
movies. Okay,
it's like a
so
kid's
you'll get it
right now.
Okay.
But yeah, if you get Joker 2, like, are you gonna watch that 30 times, Chris?
I'm not gonna buy that one. I mean, I
don't know.
I think I'd get more fun out of just banging my head against the wall for a whole day.
Joker 2 is probably coming out tomorrow on streaming.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not doing so hot, right?
Right.
No,
it might get a whole new life though if it's bombing that badly in the theater. Although it's got kind of too big of a name of actors, I think, for this to happen. But it might get legs as like just everybody, finally finds something to dislike and like about it at the same time on streaming, right?
And why the digital version, guys? Like, why not just get like the Blu-ray or whatever?
Well, and here's the other thing. You can get the 4K Blu-ray of Alien Romulus. There's a steelbook. It's like $55. And I don't know why steelbooks are going up in price. That's not the only one that's like that. The Deadpool Wolverine one is also really high in price.
Yeah.
And they're trying to F us with everything. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know if this is inflation or them just being greedy or.
Yeah, but you also just paid $30 for it. So
right. Well, I could give the digital
30,
code
Eric.
to somebody else. Yeah,
that's
but
true. See, I can see it for free.
For me, like movies, it's different than games. Like, I know there's probably a quality difference, like watching it from the disc, but like watching it on my nice TV, like I can't tell the difference. So, but I know it's just you need an internet connection, and sometimes you don't always have that. But
it's rare, but yeah, sometimes.
And it's just a digital license, and I get that. And
well, since I'm doing,
you would actually own the disc.
My internet connection can sometimes be a little iffy.
Right,
I get sucked into the void. So digital purchase for me may not make sense, but no, I think that the digital purchase is fine.
I think digital purchase for movies, I'm totally fine with.
I don't like it,
and I'm becoming more fine with video games too.
Yeah, I buy all my video games that way, but I will switch to good old games. I think is what I finally decided last week.
Over Steam.
I think I will switch if I can, just because they allow the offline installer. And Steam upped their terms of service to be like, not so fast.
You need an internet connection.
I was reading into like how to play Thief and Thief Gold and Thief 2 on modern machines again, and they were saying the GOG versions are much easier to install and play, and they don't crash, and they have all the correct cutscenes, and the Steam versions haven't put that much effort into making them forwards compatible. So yeah.
I don't know about that, because I've played old games on Steam and I've yet to have it be an issue.
How old are we talking about? I mean, Thief 1 was 1998.
90s.
December 98. Yeah.
90s, but yet they weren't like kind of the graphical showcases that Thief kind of was back in the day. Like Thief wasn't a slouch when it came to graphics back in the day.
Sure, yeah.
These are more adventure games. But I'm just saying, like, there is a lot of Steam hate just to be there, especially if you find somebody who actually uses both platforms or likes good old games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not positive that you were sold an honest story when it comes to like, oh, it crashed more on Steam and blah blah. But at the same time, I think that the reason why you made the right choice is just because you supposedly have that game that you can play in offline mode.
Well, I will say I bought System Shock 2 on Steam when it was on sale, and I've never been able to play it.
Right.
Why?
So I because you have to go through a bunch of hoops in order to update it for like Windows 10, Windows 11.
And it's not part of the installer.
You don't want to do
No.
the update to Windows 11?
But
yeah,
I bought it on GOG and it immediately starts.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Then
So-
there is a. I wasn't saying I was right. I was just saying that I know that there's a lot of like the
So it's one of those that I have experience with, and I've seen it just you know in the
I don't have GOG, but I just see every month on Amazon Prime you get free GOG games all the time.
Oh, do you?
Well, Epic
Yeah.
Epic will give you a game a month for
unfortunately.
free. Epic Games does.
they have a week.
Oh, is it weekly?
sometimes,
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like every other week, and then during the holidays,
Whenever they want, they'll give you free games whenever they want.
It's
But
whenever
some,
they
I've
want.
I've gotten some of their free games, and they're worth playing.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are worth playing.
Some.
I was going to ask, since you talked about System Shock, I saw that on Steam. I came across System Shock remake from last year, the 2023 remake. Anybody? play
I
that?
have it. I have the physical version on Xbox, and
I
saw
have it
you
on my
played it.
Xbox too. Yeah.
And don't Jason on Twitter. He'll watch this tomorrow. But like, yeah, I still have not played it yet. Maybe that's what my homework.
I haven't played System Shock except on the original, like on the 286. I think is the PC that I played it on for a little bit of time. I didn't beat it. I just played it for a little bit. I think I rented it back in the old days when you could rent games from Software Pipeline. I think I rented it from those guys, and that was it. So I actually should go and play that again because I've heard really good things about System Shock.
Yeah.
And System Shock 2.
And I think there's a System Shock pinball game on Zen Studios Pinball FX too. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I'd like to play that too.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So
yeah, I think I've gotten to the second level on System Shock.
The game itself, yeah.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, GOG actively updates older games to be compatible where Steam leaves it up to the developer publisher to make them compatible.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That's
Eric,
probably why
the
Steam
audience
is better.
agrees. You made the right decision. Yeah.
Does GOG have achievements in like Steam?
I don't know. Actually.
I don't know. I also don't care. I'm not an achievements guy. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm not an achievements guy, but at the same time, now that through God of War, every time that I pop one, I do find it interesting to see how many people have actually played the game.
So stupid. I hate this.
You know, because it's like when I was playing Elden Ring and I beat the first boss, and only 40% of the people who played Elden Ring had actually beat the first boss.
Sure, but that's a metric, not an achievement.
Yeah, that's why. But
you're part of the metric
that has it, right? But I enjoy looking at how many people are really playing the game that bought it.
Yeah, who's the real gamer?
Holy catfish!
Ryan, the real gamer is the person who plays System Shock that they bought a year ago.
Exactly. Did I buy? I think I bought it this year, but I haven't played it yet.
Well, the year's almost over.
I can look at my Instagram.
That's backlog, though. You need a backlog of games. I don't feel comfortable if I don't have a backlog of games.
Oh, I've got a huge backlog. I want to do.
I don't like to have a huge one, but I need something to do in case I just need the feeling of it's like a security blanket, right?
Well, we need a backlog like when we're in our like 70s and 80s, and I don't think we'll be in nursing homes. We'll probably die before then. But I just want to have like something to do like when I'm retired. This is going to be what I do.
Now.
Yeah.
There's no age. There's no age minimum. You can go now and then tell them, "Hey, I'm here to work on my backlog."
Right.
You know, like take me and change me, please.
I've
Bring me
got a
food.
really impressive collection of video games, physical games that I haven't even broken the seal on.
Sure.
And
That's the crazy part to me is if you collect. Well, actually, it's not that crazy. I think I think it's
think that's
warranting to have the digital copies like I do.
yeah. That's a YouTube video for me in the future is how many games I haven't even opened yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I have too many games I've never opened, maybe one or two, but there's certainly games that I purchased because I wanted to own them, and then I started playing them and was like, this is too hard for me to beat. I'm not going to beat this game, but I will play it every now and again. No, not E.T.
E.T. was good. Oh, I want to say too, I bought a game recently and I thought it was bad, and it was the new Starship Troopers game. I got it on PlayStation 5. Yeah. One thing I don't like about video games that do this is it's like you can tell it's like a PC port when you're in the menus and you're trying. It's like got a mouse cursor.
Oh yeah, it's got the mouse cursor. Yeah, sure.
And you're using your thumbstick on the controller like the mouse cursor. That is a turn off for me. Number one, like you need to have a menu system where you just hit A start.
No, Eric, you're wrong.
Get a Steam controller.
I'm a PC gamer, and I'm telling you that when I play with a Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, nothing makes me more mad than what you're saying. Where it's like, oh, use the mouse cursor now. It's like, no, I purposely have a controller connected.
It would make me mad too. I'm saying the Steam controller has a thumb pad that is a mouse pad.
Doesn't matter.
Well, is that compatible on Xbox?
You own one of the 50 that were sold, and so the rest of us are out of luck, Eric.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, I was playing this game. I got into some matches, and it's a PvE game. I couldn't get into it. I thought I would be. I like Starship Troopers, but
it looked like it was Helldivers too.
It did, yeah. But
that's hardly a critique though, because Helldivers obviously is based on.
That's the one I should have got.
Yeah.
Although apparently the community is really hating on Helldivers 2 right now.
Why?
Because they keep making changes to like weapons. They keep nerfing like weapons people really love, and they've apparently made it at this point where unless you pay a lot of money, it's harder to get into the game and be able to actually be active. So
stupid. I hate this one.
Yeah.
Well, you got to make money.
Yeah. Well, when you sell 60 million copies of something, you just don't make enough money off of that. So you got to then incentivize the people that bought the game to spend more money.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say, back to your point about digital versus physical DVDs of movies and things. The reason I've switched over to digital is because I used to move so often.
Storage, moving.
That the thousands of DVDs and Blu-rays I had, that just got to the point where I was like, I can't keep moving these.
Yeah.
So Eric's going to talk about his story now, where his iTunes got messed up.
It did. They stole all my music. Apple did. So,
well, Steve Jobs needed that music back.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe it was Metallica.
It was hours and hours on the helpline or whatever on their support line, waiting and tossed back and forth between I think 4 different teams until I finally got to somebody who was like, "Yeah, your database entries are screwed up. We need to talk to developers about how to fix this." And that was 2 years ago, and it hasn't been fixed. So,
were you using LimeWire? Were you using Napster? What were you?
I was using iTunes. It was stuff that I bought from iTunes that just got deleted.
Somebody was just trying to help you get away from listening to Radiohead.
Yeah, maybe. No, I have all that physical media.
Oh,
that's all physical.
You should have just told him your uncle was Steve Jobs. You know, maybe they would have fixed it right away.
And speak. Okay, now
Okay,
you've got me.
I did.
You've
That's
got
what
me
I
on
was
a
gonna say.
Kid A. I think it was Kid A. Kid A. When Kid A came out, there was an insert behind the plastic cover where the disc sits on top of. It was a black thing. And if you removed that black cover that the disc sits inside of, there was an insert behind the back cover and beneath the plastic cover for where the disc sits, and it had lyrics to the next album. So it was like a teaser for the next album, but there's no way you could do that with a digital download. So there's cool stuff you can do with. All I'm saying is there's cool stuff you can do with physical media that you just don't have that experience anymore.
Well, that's like the old instruction booklets for video games.
Yep.
There were so many cool things that they had in there, and you buy a physical copy of a game now, and they don't have anything in there.
Gosh darn it! When I was younger.
Yep. Now the kids are saying, yeah, but you guys didn't have 30 minutes to an hour of instructional tutorial gameplay that we get with every single one of the games that we buy now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all have that.
Yeah. We had to just get thrust into the action. Which,
yeah.
You know,
well, they get thrust into the action too, but then it tells you press triangle to jump.
yeah. Press the joystick in to duck. And it's like,
right.
You know.
Then you push the joystick in, and then it does it again 10 minutes later until finally it just lets you learn how to play the game.
I need you to do the 6-button combo. Oh, you missed the button. Let's start over.
That's right.
Some of that old man juice.
Actually, one of the things that I wonder about is in the games where you have like the quick time event where it's like smash the zero to to break free or whatever. I actually haven't challenged to see what happens if I don't smash the zero.
If you don't press X to doubt.
Yeah, like I wonder if it's actually keeping track of how many times and how quickly somebody pushes zero, or if we're all just mindless like instruction followers and we all just go. And then it's like, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see. Yeah, I know. Trust me, it'll probably be another 5 minutes of God of War before I face another QuickTime event, and then I can try it then.
Oh, I did see Spider-Man 2 got announced for PC on Steam too, Travis. So
I know. I haven't.
You should get that.
Spider-Man. You know, I think we talked about motion sickness once, about in VR or whatnot. Spider-Man is the only game that has actually made me motion sick on just a TV screen. The original Xbox had Spider-Man, and I was playing it, and then I started getting kind of sick, and it took me like hours to realize that it was the game that did it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so ever since then, I just, for some reason, whenever it's a Spider-Man thing, I just haven't gravitated towards it. But maybe now's the time to try.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe it was Pita Pit that, actually really made me sick as opposed to Spider-Man.
A bit of undigested beef.
It's Pizza Pipeline.
Pizza Pipeline, might have gotten to me from the day before or something like that. Maybe I'm unfairly blaming Xbox Spider-Man.
Right, could have been anything.
Yeah.
Before we go too, I was gonna talk about Mario Party. There's a new Mario Party game, and I have not gotten my copy yet. It's in the mail, so that's the other part about getting a physical.
Another problem with physical copies.
Exactly. I tried ordering it, and I didn't want to go into Best Buy and pick it up. I was lazy, and I didn't want to spend the gas, and I just wanted to send it to my house and be here on release day.
Yep.
Which was yesterday. Nintendo does these releases on Thursday now, okay. But yeah, I don't have it yet. So there we go. But do you guys have any fond memories about Mario Party at all?
I've never played it. I only played Fusion Frenzy, speaking of
Really?
Xbox again. And that's like,
Fusion
I guess,
Frenzy,
it's a Mario Party ripoff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Chris, you must have played Mario Party, right?
I have. I'm trying to think which one.
I remember did you play it with me on the GameCube?
I don't know if it was the GameCube or the Wii version.
But yeah, I think if you get a lot of people over, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do like those
yeah,
style of games.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then: how many times have you played Mario Party with a bunch of people over? I've only done that once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
then the question I think becomes, how many versions of Mario Party do you really need if it's only really fun with a bunch of people and you only play it once or twice with a bunch of people? The odds of you exhausting all of the games during that one or two times that you've played with everybody is very small. So I only have one copy of Mario Party, and I still feel like if a bunch of people come over and want to play it, I'm going to have just as much fun playing that copy that I own than any other copy. So why buy new versions of Mario Party?
I'm not
What
sure I
an
want to know a
ugly thing
bunch
to
of people
say.
who want to come over and play Mario Party, though.
What?
I said I'm not sure I want to know a bunch of people that want to come over and play Mario Party.
You want to have a whole bunch of people come over and play your what is that? The arcade 1-up toy machine.
Yeah,
Claw machine.
that
Claw
because
machine.
I'm going to
Claw
monetize
machine.
that at a buck a whack. Sure, that's what I want.
Right.
Mario Party, I'm not going to make any money off of, Eric.
Well, you could gamble with it.
That's true. But that involves me having the skill. See, with the game is rigged if I have the claw machine. I just do nothing but collect the money.
Is there skill in Mario Party? Because I think a lot of it is random.
Yeah. No, there's skill in Mario Party. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's why I play the game by myself. You know, I usually have four controllers. You know,
four controllers. Haha, Blue, I got you.
The new one, I believe, you can play online with, so you could also do that. So you don't have to have a party in your house.
Yeah, we are entering a whole new era, Eric, where we can do things remotely.
Yeah. Okay.
You can actually reach out and touch someone without actually reaching out and touching them.
And if you're gonna play,
there was a sound drop right there.
If you're gonna play online with people, why not play, a good game that's multiplayer, right?
Wait, so
Eric does not like Mario Party.
Yeah, that's
I love Mario Party. I think it's great. I would play
it
with a bunch of people.
Only if they're at your house, though.
Yeah,
and it's strange that it's got to be a bunch of people. It can't just be like, I would play it if there were 3 other friends over. Eric needs a bunch of people. Like, no. I need at least 12 people over at my house.
Yeah, that's right.
On my terms. Then we can play Mario
all 8
Party.
Playing and 4 wanting to play.
But you get kicked out if you want to play Mario Party 2 because I'm just not spending the money on that.
No. Also, that
nobody got time for that.
That's
that
right.
was on the 64 game, I think, but whatever.
Okay, well, sorry. I know nothing about Nintendo.
I don't expect you to.
I know.
He's the PC guy.
He's the PC guy.
I have a Switch.
He does have a Switch.
Yeah, I could no more. I just keep forgetting I have a Switch. That's a rich person problem to have, I guess.
First world problems.
Yeah, I totally forgot I have a Nintendo Switch.
Where's that platform that I own?
Yeah.
Was the last game you bought Nintendo World Championships?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine.
And it's a good game, by the way, but it is like Mario Party to me.
It's one player.
It is, but it isn't.
It's got that feel, though, I know it is, but it isn't. But it's got that, like, jump in real quick, do something, and then you're out, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, but see, you play that by yourself. Eric has to have a bunch of people over.
I know he's good. Yeah. But Eric is that he would have a bunch of people over to watch him. He'd actually hook the Switch up this time to his TV.
Yeah.
And he would have them stand behind him.
Yeah.
Excitedly watching him get an S in something related to Zelda.
Yeah.
But not Mario. And if they said, "Can you get an S in Mario?" he'd be like, "There is the door. I would like you to kindly leave." And then he would be down, but that's okay because he has 11 other people there.
Or we could play Mario
that has got his back. Yeah.
They should do a Zelda party, and or a Metroid one. Maybe he'd be more into that.
Yeah, watch me play Metroid. That's everybody wants to do that.
Because
I want to see. What's
There's
your
so
final
many-
time on getting that last level in Metroid on NES?
Oh man, I tried to do it the way that the #1 guy did it, by just jumping straight up from one platform to the next without jumping to the far right wall.
Oh, really?
I don't know how. He does it, or she.
You gotta.
It's
You're
a guy.
having AI do it for you at that point.
Maybe, yeah. That's insane.
hard.
Yeah, there's so many straight up jumps that you have to be super precise. I couldn't do 2 in a row. I couldn't ever do 2 in a row.
Anyway, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna end it. If you guys are any final thoughts before we go about anything about Doc and Talk or
No.
Jackbox. If you're looking for a party game, Jackbox.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good online one. Yeah, that's fun.
Because one person has to have the game, and then you just have to have a phone. Don't you guys have phones?
Yeah. Don't you guys have phones?
what's a phone?
Thanks, Diablo. That was great.
So,
Yeah, I do have Diablo Immortal, but I don't have a phone.
You haven't unwrapped it yet.
You can collect digital copies of phone games and not have a phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, who has their original copy of Angry Bird? Or not Angry Bird, Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not the same anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, it got delisted. But they're bringing back a new version of it. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's like they're monetizing it and stuff.
That's all you got to do is come up with a viral game.
Well, the guy that made Flappy Bird isn't even making the new version.
No,
I don't even know if hopefully he's getting some royalties from it.
It got a little too crazy for him. That's why he kind of backed off of it.
Yeah.
Because I believe at the time I had read somewhere that he was making like $50,000 a day from that game. Just people downloading it.
Yep. Now Leakrian just stays in his basement all day. All right. That joke didn't land. All right. I'm sorry. All right. We're going to end. Thanks for watching, everybody. We did have a Leakrian. We had Galaga Guy 88 calling in from Chicago. We'll texting in. Or Steps was here. Meatball Saucy was here at the beginning.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys. Be sure to like, consider subscribing. Check out Asa Jack's Media Grounds, also on YouTube. You're still playing. We doing more videos on Silent Hill 2, right? And other stuff. So keep an eye on his channel, and we'll be back hopefully next week. That's all I got, guys.